Hey everybody, my name is Jacob Shipley. I am an actor, musician, and a guitar teacher based in New York City, and I am here to give you a tutorial on Wedding Song by Aeneas Mitchell from the musical Hadestown. A few years ago, I put out a video with Sydney Para, the incredible Sydney Para, where we sang Wedding Song together, and I've gotten a lot of responses to it, people wanting to learn how to play it, so that's what I'm doing here. First off, I am playing it differently than I did in that video. In that video, I played it actually in a G shape with no capo down. But I'm actually going to play it with a capo on the 3rd fret, and we're going to use an E shape today because that's how Aeneas plays it. When Aeneas is playing it on her own, or when she was playing it kind of pre-Broadway, she'd be anywhere from up to the 6th, 7th, or 8th fret. So if you're listening to that original concept album, I think it's on the 7th fret with Justin Vernon. But the Broadway shifted it so that there could be a little more belty vibes. So we've moved it down to the 3rd fret. The actual key that we are in is the key of G. So we basically got a bar chord right here, but we're going to be using E shapes. E. We're going to use a G. We're going to use an A. And we're going to go back to our E. So we're going to start, and we're actually going to kind of decompose this E shape, because to play this riff with the pinky kind of sucks. So we're going to take our pointer finger and we're going to bar the 5th and 4th string on the 2nd fret, and we're going to start there. And the only thing that's happening in this riff is we're adding our 3rd finger onto that 4th fret, 5th string, and then our pinky up to the 5th fret on the 5th string. And then we're going to come back down. And every time you add a finger, you're going to hammer on. And every time you take away a finger, you're going to pull off. So that's what's happening in the left hand. In the right hand, our thumb, we have a finger picking motion. We've got our thumb alternating bass on 6 and 5. That. And that's most of the song. The only other thing is we do a little bit of work with our pointer finger, which is going to be plucking this 4th string over here, which is why we have that barred in our 2nd fret over here. So it starts off, and there's no pointer finger on this very, very first hammer-on. So it goes thumb, thumb, thumb. And then for everyone else, right before you hit the thumb where you hammer on or pull off, you're going to add in that pointer finger. So every other one, except for that very, very first hammer-on, has the pointer finger going thumb, pointer, thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb. If you just want to practice thumb, 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 pointer, thumb, 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 pointer, thumb, 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 pointer, thumb, it's a really, really great exercise. And this is a great exercise to practice your hammer-ons and your pull-offs as it is. It's great to get your pinky in there as well. Congratulations, you have learned this riff. That's awesome. Our next section of this song revolves this kind of oscillating G, A chords. And we're going to be using our right hand as kind of a claw. If you've ever used this technique, it's your thumb is going to be on the bass, your pointer finger is going to be on the 4th string, your middle finger on the 3rd, and your ring finger on the 2nd, and you kind of pull them off. We're going to do it at A, G. You pull them together like you're clawing at something. And the order that you're going to do is you're going to go thumb, thumb, ring, middle, pointer, thumb. that's going to be the same on the E. But the A is going to be slightly different. You're going to take your thumb and you're going to go to the 5th string for the bass. But all of your other fingers stay the same. And so the order for Eurydice's verse, because the verses are slightly different, Eurydice's verse goes G, E, G, A, and then back to our riff. So it goes. We'll get to Orpheus's verses in just a second. Let's put this entire Eurydice riff together. Now, when you're about to pull off to get back to that original shape of the riff, you're actually going to pull off right into the G. So it'll sound like... And that's how that goes. Now, Orpheus's verse is slightly different. So it still has our nice riff. And that is all the same until that moment. But instead of going straight into the G to A, we're actually going to hang on this E for a little bit, and we're going to go to an E7. So that sounds like... Go back to our riff. There we go, G, A, and there we go. And then we're back. So it goes riff, G, E, and then we kind of just hang on our bass on an E7, and then we go back to our riff, and then we do our G, A, E. I'm not going to do a little tutorial today for the... but if that's something that interests you, let me know and I can do a tutorial for it another day. I want to put all of this together. So if you're listening to that 2011 recording and you're up here on that 7th fret or 8th fret, it's got a nice little intro, which is just alternating that bass. And you can throw your pointer in there every once in a while. And then it'll kick in on the riff. Stay on the E, then the riff, and GA, and that's the majority of the song. This song's really, really fun because we have G, A, E, which usually a 4, 5, 1, it would take us to our D chord, G being the 4 of D and A being the 5, taking us to D. But instead, we go G, A, E, which means we have this kind of mystical feeling where we don't go to the home that we expect to go. And that's constantly happening in this song, which is really, really fun. I want to play it all together really, really slowly. I'm going to call out what we're doing while I'm playing it, and let's give it a shot. Hang on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, riff. To the G, to the E, G, A, riff. To the G, to the E, stay, riff. And here we go to our G, A. And that repeats 3 times for the 3 different verses. And there's those little interludes. And again, if you want to hear something more about that, feel free to comment below, and I'll do a little tutorial on that instrumental section. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of these, please comment below if there's any tutorials. I'm also a guitar teacher in New York City. I have linked my website below if you're looking for any private lessons. And like, comment, subscribe, I guess. And hopefully I'll see you at the next one. Have a good one.